Good evening, members. Welcome to the Licensing Committee sitting in his role under the Licensing Act. We'll go through the agenda. Are there any declarations of interest? The second item, to move the Human Rights Act. Are members content to move the Act?
Yeah, move.
Thank you, members. Item 3, to approve as an accurate record the minutes of the Licensing Committee sitting in its role under the Licensing Act held on the 7th of May. Members, are
Move, Chairman.
Thank you,
Move it
members.
to record, Chair. Yeah.
Are there any matters arising or any items that members wish to bring up? No. Item 4, the review of the Licensing Act 2003 and the Gambling Act 2005. Mrs. Hope.
Thank you, Chair. This is the review of the Licensing Act 2003 and the Gambling Act 2005 for the period the 14th of April 2025 through to the 22nd of June 2025. There's a summary of activity there for members' information. To note that the total applications have increased from 135 last reporting period to 207 this reporting period. This has doubled, the personal license applications has doubled during this period, largely due to 5 time-limited premises being applied for to provide events across RCT. There's been an increase in temporary event notices during this reporting period. They're linked to spring-summer events and also requesting additional hours for the British Lions coverage. An analysis of the 10 applications for 64 for existing premises, 40 for permitted community events and 14 for private members club. A summary of the 10s are reproduced for members' information in Appendix 1.A of your bundles. There has been no contested applications or appeals during this reporting period. Premises inspections and infringements. The current performance level for the inspecting premises is at 90.91%, which is consistent with the previous period. Complaints, advice, guidance and information. For the TAF areas, the complaints are listed there for members' information, but to note, a premises licence in Treforest has been surrendered after only being granted a premises licence in 2024. The takeaway premises was fairly new to the area and didn't open its doors to trade. Joint visits being conducted with South Wales Police and Training Standards officers to a pub premises in Llantwit following numerous complaints. These are now suspected to be false claims. CCTV has been viewed with no evidence of truth to the allegations that were made. The Rhondda area, following complaints from residents living in the vicinity of a private members club in Coed-Ely, a joint meeting was held with South Wales Police colleagues. The complaint consisted of noise from beer gardens, that a premises had a bouncy castle creating more noise, music outside, which appeared to be related to the burger van, which was cited, and a lot of rubbish and waste was also left on the site. All matters were addressed and to date no further complaints had been received. Allegations have been received of unlicensed events being advertised at a private members club in Thomastown. The club has received advice from licensing officers and have indicated they may apply for a premises license to prevent this happening again. No further complaints have been received following the advice. In the Cannon area, a few of the public houses are either have or are in the process of reopening after being closed for several months. They are listed there for members' information. 2 of the premises had continued to pay their annual fee and maintain their license while closed, while one premises was without a license, was being surrendered. So following advice from officers, 10s were quickly submitted to enable the premises to trade while a new premises license could be granted. A pub premises in Aberraman area had received complaints following the opening of its beer garden. The complaints are in relation to noise, bad language from patrons and music. Licensing officers are working with both local residents and the management of the pub to mediate the situation. Music noise complaint being received relating to a premises in Mountain Ash Town Centre. It is alleged that windows and doors had been left open while entertainment took place and as such causing a disturbance to residents. Licensing officers are investigating this further and offering advice to the premises. The George in Mountain Ash has recently requested to change his name back to Cresselli Arms. Several time-limited premises applications have been received to facilitate one-off outdoor events, and they are listed there for members' information. Pub watch has continued during this reporting period with licensing officers, South Wales Police and licensees have been in attendance. The recovery of annual fees, again, for members' information. The income is positive and showing a high level of conforming. Gambling Act 2005, there's a trade premises, a profile there for members' information, and gaming permits, again, there for members' information. The recovery of annual fees, due to the static nature of annual fees, the position changes very rarely, and there's robust provisions contained within the legislation which will allow for withdrawal of the licence permit for non-payment of the fees. That's all, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhian. Councillor Bradwick.
Just to say, Chair, I'm really pleased that the Cresselli Arms is going back to its original name, because as a child I used to live 2 doors from there on Cardiff Road. That's brilliant, that is really good. And I've heard excellent news, Mrs. Hope, about the Bridgend Inn in Trecynan. I know it's not in my ward, but apparently the food in there is absolutely amazing because it's reopened. It's really, residents are really pleased that it's opened and the food is delicious. So I'm going there on Sunday.
Any other members? No. Thank you, members. We now move on to item 5 to consider passing the undermentioned resolution. Are members happy to adopt the resolution?
Yeah, I do that, Chair.
Yep.